Give me the next 11 minutes and I'll show you 9 things that many traders take years to find out. And I mean that literally. I've done the hard work. I've been trading for more than 4 years now. I've been through the dirt. I've gone through the highs and lows. I know what works and what doesn't. And the 9 things that I'm about to share with you will actually turn you profitable, okay? Not some random indicators, not some signals, not some copy trading, okay? 9 genuine skills that will turn you from an unprofitable trader to a profitable trader. Overtrading is the silent killer, okay? So most losses, they don't come from bad picks, okay? They come from trading too often, all right? They kind of go in hand, all right? These bad picks come from trading too often, all right? But it's not just because you're trading individual bad trades, okay? It's normally because you're just trading way too much and those individual bad trades are creeping in here, okay? A few high quality setups a week beats 20 mediocre ones 9 out of 10 times, okay? 99 out of 100 times, all right? Because you only need a few high quality setups, all right? You don't need to start taking C trade setups, B trade setups, anything that's not an A plus, which is pretty much just your plan, okay? Anything that is your plan, you shouldn't be taking, all right? So why are you taking bad and shitty trades, all right? Every trade only counts when the odds are actually in your favor, okay? Taking these trades, all right? Taking trades that are a part of your plan. Once you're doing that, you're taking every single trade that is a part of your plan. That's when odds start to work in your favor. That's when you can go through big losing streaks of 10 plus losing streaks, okay? But if you keep trading, all right, and you keep taking trades that are part of your plan, those 10 trade losing streaks, okay, here is your equity curve. It'll eventually go back up, all right? Sticking to your plan, you can go through drawdowns, but you're sticking through your plan and you're getting through it, all right? But the problem is you must be taking trades that are only a part of your plan, all right? Not overtrading, not trading garbage setups, all right? B plus setups, C plus setups. You should only be taking A plus setups, okay? 3 A plus setups, 4 A plus setups a week, even maybe a month, really, is much better than 20, 30, 40, 50 shitty ones, all right? So overtrading, it's the biggest silent killer. Revenge trading will completely wreck your account, okay? One loss doesn't need fixing with a bigger bet. It needs a walk away, okay? You go through a loss, all right? Here you are, and then you go through a loss, okay? Or let's say a small loss like this, all right? You've had a loss here. You don't need to start risking more and sizing up because you've gone through a few losses like this, okay? And you think, okay, I need to size up, I need to risk up. And then next minute you think your account's gonna go like this. No, your account is gonna just go straight down to 0, okay? It's gonna go down to nil. Changing sizing like that and changing around your sizing, not sticking to the right and the same risk percentage, all right? Oversized reentry after a loss is how a bad day becomes a blown account, aka becomes a shit day, aka becomes worst day of your trading life, all right? So oversizing, an oversized re-entry after a loss, pretty much worst thing you could do, okay? That is the definition of revenge trading, and that's not what you should do, okay? You should not be revenge trading. The market, it doesn't owe you your money back today, all right? Give it time, all right? If you're going through a drawdown period like this, okay, all you gotta do is you stick to your plan. You don't revenge trade. You just keep the same risk, and voila, there you go. Your equity curve is back up and running, okay? So you go through a loss, oversized reentry, goes through a bigger loss, and then that bigger loss turns into a loss, again, oversized entry, and this whole thing just blows up, all right? So revenge trading, it will completely wreck your account. Don't do it. Understanding trend. Most traders zoom into the 1 minute or 5 minute chart looking for entries. Totally fine if you're a day trader, okay? But one thing you should understand is higher time frame is king, okay? If you're looking for trend, higher time frame is king. You're not going to find the trend, all right, on a 1 minute time frame, a 30-second time frame. Trending or chopping, okay? Strong, bullish or bearish or weak, all right? Check that before you take your trades, okay? You need to understand where the market is actually going because higher time frames are more powerful, all right? Trending like this, okay, we can see that it's obviously we're making higher highs and higher lows, all right? And we're trending upwards, all right? Well, in a market like this, we don't know where there's no new higher highs. There's not really any new higher lows, okay? This market's not going anywhere. It's not going bullish. It's not going bearish either, all right? So this choppy stuff, you skip this shit. Trending, you trade this, all right? Understand the trend, okay? Trend is your friend. Simplify or get lost. Indicator overload. 5 indicators, 10 indicators saying 5 or 10 different things. is just totally noise, all right? There's no confirmation there, okay? Your charts are just getting way too confusing. One clean setup, you actually understand, beats a screen that is just completely full of clutter, okay? If it's hard to explain your entry in 1 or 2 sentences, then you don't understand your system clear enough, okay? Or your system is just not clear enough in general, all right? If this is what your charts look like, okay, where you can't even tell anything here. I couldn't even tell you any of these parts here. Look how many signals, indicators, stop loss, like you can't read any of this, right? Meanwhile, you've got this minimal indicators, okay? These are all drawn out parts, all right? The only indicator I technically have here are these fair value gaps, which I could just draw out myself, okay? But other than that, like my charts are super clean. It's super obvious. I can see where the highs and lows are, all right? Where the breaks of structures are, where the liquidity sweeps are, all right? The charts are super clean, minimal indicators, okay, equals a clean setup, okay? And clean setups, at the end of the day, equals money in trading. Journal every trade, no exceptions. Every trade gets logged, setup, results, no exceptions, all right? Doesn't matter if you lost, doesn't matter if you won, okay? Doesn't matter if you broke even, doesn't even matter if you accidentally put that trade in, okay? And it does nothing to your account. Just put it in, all right? Continue to put it into your journal. Doesn't matter. Write a note down, even if it was a mistake, right? But you need to get into the habit of journaling completely everything, okay? Literally everything. Patterns you can't see in the moment, they'll show up very clearly on your journal, okay? Once it's in your journal, you've got a database of your trades, pictures, entries, charts, pairs, all those kind of things that you need to know. These patterns will start to appear, right? And how are you supposed to get better if you don't know what you're actually looking at, all right? So you'll only get better if you actually put stuff in your journal. Your journal is proof of what's actually working, not what you feel is working, right? You'd be surprised about how many traders don't journal at all, okay? Whether they're even on funded accounts, all right? The funded accounts, live accounts, even demo accounts, just journal every single trade, all right? Because journaling is one of the most important things to actually make it from being an unprofitable trader to a profitable trader. Position sizing is your real emotional control. Risking too much is what makes fear and greed take over, not weak willpower, okay? Size it right, follow your rules, that's it. You shouldn't be stressing about money that you'll be losing per trade, okay? So don't be risking too much where a loss will actually affect you, where it'll actually hurt you, okay? And don't be risking too much where all you're thinking about is the money and you can tell that you're feeling greedy, okay? This is not what you want to be feeling, all right? It needs to be slow and controlled, all right? It needs to be slow and controlled. Here we've got here slow and steady, okay? Slow and steady position sizing, which is either just 1% or just 2% on your live account, okay? You're not changing it at all. You're trusting the process and you're seeing your equity curve grow, okay? Here we've got changing risk too often, where you start off at pretty much the same position. If not, you're in a worse position here, where you've risked too much after going on a few winning trades here. You've lost that trade, and then you size up too much and it's explosive growth, and then just to shoot all the way back down, okay? It's not consistent. You need to be a consistent trader. You need to be a slow and steady trader. Slow and steady wins the race. We've all heard that. So make sure you're actually controlling your position sizing. Discipline beats win rate. You can lose most of your trades and still be net positive, okay? Try to understand that win rate isn't everything in trading. Discipline means taking the same setup the same way every single time. Win rate is a vanity number. Expectancy is what pays the bills, okay? So in this scenario, if we've got a 1 to 3 risk to reward, okay, we can see here, so we have a -1, -1, +3, -1, -1, +3, +3, okay? So we've got here -1, -2, and then +1, and then 0, -1, +2, and then +5, all right? So even with more losses, okay, than wins, we're still +5. Let's just say this is for the month, okay? You're still +5 for the month. You've lost more trades than you've won, but you've still gone positive, okay? And that is discipline, being consistent. You've got a strategy with a certain win rate and you might go through some drawdown, okay? You just need to be consistent. You need to be disciplined, okay? Because your win rate at the end of the day doesn't mean anything by itself, okay? Once you pair it up with these things here, with your risk reward, your consistency in trading, how often you are in trading, that's what will actually make you money, okay? That's what will actually give you returns in trading, not just saying you have a good win rate and thinking you're a good trader that way. Stop chasing trades, let them come to you. Your job is to be ready, not to be in the market every single minute, okay? Market, it's not going anywhere. It's been here for a very long time. It's been here for many years. It's not going to disappear tomorrow, okay? So if you don't make a trade today, doesn't matter if you lose that trade or you miss that trade. Doing nothing when it's not there is the right move. Let's just imagine you're at a bus stop, okay? You've just rocked up at the bus stop. The bus passes you, okay, because you've only just rocked up and you've missed the bus, all right? This bus, it's gone, all right? But the thing is, there'll always be another bus. You can always catch the next bus, all right? And then ride that to whatever, your destination. My point being, you miss a trade, okay? You miss a trade in the markets. That setup, 99.999% will be available again, okay? Never gonna fully disappear, all right? The same as the bus. You can always wait for the next bus. Same in trading. You can always wait for the next trade, okay? So stop chasing them. Let those trades come to you. The pre-market routine that ties it all together. Know the context, the levels, and your plan before a single candle forms. Point being, have a plan. Be ready, okay? Have a plan, be ready. Decide in advance what you're not going to do today, okay? Know that you're not going to be overtrading. Know that you're not going to be revenge trading. Know that you are going to be following a plan, okay? These are mental things you need to be prepping yourself with anyways. A few minutes of prep turns everything into a repeatable process. Review your business, review your rules / your plan, okay? So looking at what criteria needs to be met for you to be trading. Detach from outcomes of individual trades. Understand that even if a trade loses or you've gone through like a 3 losing trade streak, doesn't matter, okay? You lost yesterday, you lost the day before, you might lose today, but you could win tomorrow, all right? Only place trades that are valid, okay? So if it fits your plan, you take the trade, execute it, all right? So you reviewed it, you understand a few mental things, you only place trades that are valid, you execute it and repeat it. Those are the things that are going to make you a good and a disciplined trader. If you're someone struggling with your trading, okay, you just don't know where it is, you don't know where to be improving in, you feel lost, okay, take a look at the link in my description. I've got my mentorship there. We can book a call and I can see if you're the right fit and if you're someone that I can turn from unprofitable trader to a profitable trader.